Caleb?
Shh.
Caleb's fingertips wander lazily across my skin. His touch is gentle, yet his voice is calm and steadfast.
That ghost is more cunning than I thought. It hid itself once it sensed my presence. I took its cavern and claimed its bride. It won't be able to restrain itself for long. To make it reveal itself, we need to be more passionate.
He leans down for another kiss. In intoxicating entanglement, our lips touch as his teeth graze my tongue. His spiritual power is akin to cold spring water at first. Then it transforms into a smoldering flame that gently embraces me.
Were you going to marry that ghost if I wasn't here? Tell me.
No. As I relax, a new kind of dizzy warmth takes over. I cling to his shoulders with the insistence of a vine winding around a sturdy tree. Scarlet curtains billow as we rise and fall. The scattered lights on the stone walls shine until my vision becomes hazy.
We're off in another falls for this, but doing it in a different place can be surprisingly enjoyable. If you like it. We'll find another beautiful area once we return.
The world around me melts into shades of flushed crimson. At times it feels like sinking into soft clouds, at others like drifting through a gentle stream. With an equal hunger to match his, I kiss him and trace every part of his body, the bright and the gloomy. His hair cascades and is tangled with mine. It flows like water between our bodies, consumed by passion. It's as though a lotus seed is sinking into a pool and taking root. It sprouts, and the current spirals through every part of it. 2 vibrant flowers bloom from the nourishment, their petals dripping with dew. In the cavern's dark depths, a foul presence stirs. It encroaches like a web of cold, sticky threads. The walls explode, and the wedding hall is destroyed. Only the bed remains untouched, as an invisible barrier protects it.
You thief! How dare you steal my bride! She's mine! Mine!
She belongs to me.
Caleb smooths my rumpled clothes with gentle, deliberate movements. His concentration hasn't wavered, not even once. Caleb, let me take care of it.
Very well. It has been quite some time since your last hunt. Consider it an appetizer.
Holding my sword, I leap and strike the ghost. Its claws, blackened with blood, fall to the ground. In the blink of an eye, liquid spurts from where I cut it. A new set of claws bursts forth. Hiding the fact that I was startled, I thrust my blade into its brow, twist the weapon, and pull it out.
You ruined my face! Do you know how many skins I devoured to grow it?
It's hideous, and not even worth a single strand of my brother's hair. I'm startled as its face knits itself back together at a swift pace, and I saw a bluish-green light when it healed. I turn toward Caleb. His expression has darkened.
You?
It stares at me, its gaze akin to brambles covered in thorny hooks.
You're my bride, but you help him kill me? I can smell it. You're like me. You also eat humans.
A cold gleam silences it. Half of its jaw and skull tumble across the ground.
You're rather desperate to die.
You're... Fate delivered you to me!
It laughs hysterically and grows a new head.
I'm grateful. Those centuries at Mount Dingshu, it was worse than death!
It escaped from Mount Dingshu. Why would a ghost be imprisoned there?
You can't drag me back! Ah!
Cold, howling winds envelop the cavern in an illusory purgatory. With each step Caleb takes, ghostly flames surge to life.
Since only nonsense can leave your mouth, silencing you is the best choice.
It's regenerating again. What do we do?
We'll ensure it can never heal.
He swings his blade, blurring into a dark streak that tears through the ghost. A downward cleave ignited with vivid azure and violet splits it. Within the sea of blue fire, not even ash remains. Only a single soul bead clatters to the ground. The spider lilies around us wilt to reveal the truth. Dried pools of blood and scattered bones gleam under the shifting light. Caleb. Questions gather in my mind. Why did that creature imply I was also a ghost? What happened at Mount Dingshu? But the murderous aura curling around Caleb and the ghost's lingering wails prevent the words from leaving my throat. The remains of previous brides were abandoned here. They should have a proper funeral. Caleb doesn't make any remarks about how I changed the conversation. Instead, he strokes my head.
All right.
At dawn, Caleb destroys the rest of the cavern. As the collapsed stone gives way, mangled corpses appear. We retreat into the nearby forest and stay out of sight. Villagers arrive and gather the bodies for burial. Grief clouds every face. Curses directed at the ghost permeate.
I can smell it. You're like me. You also eat humans.
Ghosts always have awful words before they die. I shouldn't take it to heart. Yet... Old doubts rise again. Who, or what, am I?
Are you still thinking about how it said you're some kind of monster?
No. The lie is too clumsy to fool him. Caleb only lets out a quiet chuckle.
What scares you the most?
Being separated from you.
In that case, is there a reason to worry about who you are? Even if you're a little monster, I'd still take care of you. It'll be exactly like what I'm doing now. I'll find soul beads and dress you up in clothes and accessories that suit you. I'll bring you anything you like. So long as I'm here, there's no reason for you to be afraid.
Of course. Some of my doubts loosen their grip on my heart. Then another thought appears. The ghost mentioned Mount Dingshu and said it escaped from there. Did something happen there? It stabilizes yin and yang. Why would a ghost be there in the first place?
Mount Dingshu has held heaven and earth for centuries. Too much time has passed, and calamities continue to appear. The array carved into its foundation was bound to falter. As for that ghost, I suppose it slipped past the weakened array and found itself trapped.
But its words, it seemed to imply that Caleb was the reason why it couldn't leave Mount Dingshu. No, I can't let my faith in Caleb waver. A ghost's words shouldn't plant seeds of doubt. If Mount Dingshu truly is unstable, doesn't that mean it's dangerous? Shouldn't we fix the array?
Arrays from ancient times aren't that fragile. They're not going to fall apart even if they remain untouched for centuries. But, given our current situation, it technically is an issue.
He looks into the distance. The villagers have left the cavern and set the corpses on the ground.
I'm heading back to those interconnected caves. Assuming the ghost didn't lie, his escape wasn't by chance. Something else must be present. And I might find more remains that belong to its prey.
Soon after Caleb leaves, a gust sweeps through the area. Dirt rises, and the scent of incense disperses with spirit's grip. The ghost has returned. The humans run away and abandon several caskets. I pluck a few leaves and turn them into thin sheets to cover the bride's remains. Then a glimmer of light blue flits across my vision. A dragonfly. Its translucent wings stir the mist like ripples on the water's surface. The chime from an old bronze bell drifts. Is that old spirit master here?
We meet again, my lord.
What are you doing here? Deep within the mountains, this place is far from Wuling village. I'm uncertain as to how an elderly woman managed to arrive here.
I'm visiting an old friend, and this morning, a family asked me to send off their daughter's soul. But when I arrived, they told me she wasn't amongst the dead.
She must be referring to the bride I rescued. The masked spirit master shuffles, her legs unsteady. Then she bends down. Her fingertip, stained in cinnabar, traces the bones inside the caskets.
Heaven and earth are in disarray. Yin and yang are unbalanced. Turmoil eats the mortal realm that grows weaker with each passing day. I've traveled south and past many empty villages. If this continues, more humans will die. Forgive me for being blunt, my lord. But can you truly watch mortals suffer as their world falls apart?
My perspective is of little importance. What matters is how humans choose to face their world. They fear death, yet push others toward it. They want to live, yet can only wait for salvation. These matters still confuse me.
The chaos in the mortal realm has clouded their judgment. Their eyes and souls are no different from murky waters. When someone is willing to bear the burden of saving all beings and balance yin and yang again, perhaps the mortal realm can be reborn.
I don't know whether to nod or shake my head. Something's not right. Why are you telling me this?
Please forgive me, my lord. An old woman can't help but want to ramble.
It's all right. Ah, yes, you never finished that tale involving a certain spirit master. I don't want to hear her sigh again about saving this world, so I direct our conversation elsewhere. He and his sister protected humans from countless disasters. What happened to them?
He died.
Of course he wouldn't be alive now if he lived thousands of years ago.
He died in his fight to save the world of mortals.
The mist around us thickens. The dragonfly rests on the edge of a casket. It serves as a bright color in a scene with faded hues.
Peace didn't last long. The world splintered in a single night as the mortal realm collapsed. Calamities followed suit. Wildfires turned mountains into barren fields. Rivers and lakes dried up. Starving humans wandered without a place to call home. And that's when the ghosts appeared.
The mist starts to twist. It seemingly claws at my vision, but maybe I'm imagining it.
To this day, some believe the first ghosts were humans driven mad by hunger. They butchered and devoured their own kind, and fell into corruption as a result.
Is that another tale? You've been trying to imply something. What do you actually want to say?
You can treat it as a simple tale, my lord.
She doesn't wait for me to respond.
The Spirit Master arrived in a place called the Hesperion Reach. He struck the drum of heavenly decrees. It said the ancient relic can contact the heavens. Only someone with immense spiritual power could command it. Thus, the Spirit Master received the heavens' guidance and saved the mortal realm.
The drum of heavenly decrees. Hesperion Reach. I repeat those names in my mind.
To honor him, humans built a mausoleum and statues in Hesperion Reach. They worshipped and prayed to him every day and every night.
What about his sister? How was she supposed to live without him? If Caleb isn't by my side, I can't bring myself to imagine it. As you can see, humans claim to remember his sacrifice, but no one spared a thought for the girl who had lost her brother. Mausoleums, statues, they're all pointless. Who cares?
Then, my lord, what would you give up if you could save everything?
The strange feeling in my chest becomes more pronounced. My expression darkens as I materialize my blade and aim for her chest. An illusion?
Who are you speaking to?
I think I saw that old spirit master from Wuling Village. Leaving out the details of our conversation, I explain what happened. Caleb's brow is slightly furrowed.
You don't need to be concerned about her. Even with a few peculiar tricks, she can't compare to the ghosts we've dealt with. Once we return to Nether Falls, I'll investigate who, or what, she actually is. Here, look at what I found.
There's so many soul beads. The amount in Caleb's hands make my head spin.
The ghost didn't spare its own kin either. It saved us the trouble. Let's find a quiet place first. We'll purify these and the one it left so you can have a proper meal.
The next day, we follow the river to leave the mountains, but Caleb doesn't seem to be in a hurry to take me back to Nether Falls. Where are we going?
Is there a place you'd like to see?
I think. I've always followed Caleb. Being with him is enough to make me happy. However, if I must name a location, it's strange how the tale that old spirit master told me comes to mind. Caleb, have you heard of the Hesperian Reach?
Why are you suddenly interested in it?
That old spirit master mentioned it. I'm not sure why it sounds familiar. I feel as though I've heard it before. Fireflies drift along the riverbank. Caleb gathers a few, shapes them into a small glowing lantern, and places it in my hands.
The Hesperian Reach is the source of the River of Oblivion, which runs through Nether Falls. It's to the far west, and it's the place where the sun sets. Similar to Mount Dingshu, yin and yang converge there. But now, it's a ghost town.
What do you mean?
Only ghosts live there.
My eyes widen, and he taps my head.
They're ancient, so they lack soul beads. You can't eat them. It's also why they're unable to leave. They're forever bound to the Hesperian Reach.
I nod. Then my retort escapes as a mutter. I wasn't going to eat them. I pause and weigh my words. I want to see the Hesperian Reach. There must be a reason why that spirit master told me that story. What she wants to reveal, it involves the Hesperian Reach.
If you wish to visit it, then that's our destination. I plan to go there in any case. But you must promise me. Once we arrive, don't be upset.
Huh? This is the Hesperian Reach? A ghost town? Unable to believe my eyes, I look around. The Hesperian Reach was described as a city filled with spirits, yet it's more beautiful than most human villages. I can almost believe the sunlight here is warm. Ghosts stroll under the sun as they move between homes and shops. There aren't many of them, yet I can sense an uncanny liveliness.
What a handsome spirit! Where did it come from?
I'm going to see where he settles down. I'll ask him to share a drink with me tonight, and...
At your age? Do you think you still have a chance?
Oh, please. You are at least 8 centuries older than I am.
No wonder he told me not to get angry. I grit my teeth, wishing I could wrap Caleb in a blanket to hide him. The Hesperian Reach's ghosts look stranger than the ones outside, and Caleb, who's walking amongst them, stands out like a shining beacon. They don't dare to move closer because of Caleb's presence, but their hungry gazes keep circling him.
Fiery little thing, aren't you? With a scrawny body, you crack someone's teeth. Who'd even want to... Ah!
The ghost's tongue is sliced into pieces. It falls onto the ground and rots.
Since you can't use your tongue well, my little sister ought to enjoy some snacks.
I don't need them. Tongues that can only ceaselessly flap are disgusting.
You two! How dare you hurt the Hesperian Reach's most beautiful spirit! Everyone, grab something and... Ah!
The skull's shape is adequate. Unfortunately, it's not good enough to be a wine vessel.
He tosses the wine vessel aside and crushes it with his foot.
Who's next? Try to approach as a group. It'll save us time.
It doesn't take long for the whispers to change from praising his handsomeness to saying he's terrified. And handsome. Before we arrived, Caleb disguised our spiritual power to resemble that of the ghosts. These hideous ghosts, now more battered, leave and clear a path. It's almost like they're imitating how humans live.
They've been isolated for so long that they started exhibiting behaviors from ancient times. They're attempting to return the Hesperian Reach to its former glory. And since they can't leave to hunt humans, they live off the beasts that wander in. As a result, the air here isn't as foul or corrupted as other locations in the mortal realm.
That explains why they're not as hideous as the ghosts I've seen prior. Their faces have a simplistic charm. I wonder if the era they're mimicking is the same one from that old Spirit Master's story. I look at Caleb. Under the gentle sunlight, his sharp gaze has slightly softened. Caleb, you're here for a reason. Is it related to Mount Dingshu?
I can't hide anything from you. I left something here a long time ago.
What is it? I'll help you find it.
It's not urgent. I wouldn't say it's important, but it'll let Mount Dingshu's array last longer. A couple of 1,000 years. If I find a lead, I'll ask for your assistance first.
I understand what he's implying. I need to save my strength, because none of the Hesperian Reach's ghosts possess soul beads. I'll keep that in mind. And so, we settle down in the Hesperian Reach for the time being. Thanks to Caleb's reputation, every ghost we meet treats me with the utmost respect and answers all my questions.
How long have I lived here? I don't remember. There was once a mountain nearby, but it's been reduced to rubble. If we talked about the years before that, the Hesperian Reach still looked like this, and I was still a chef.
Some tried to leave, but they couldn't reach half before being turned to ash. Who would dare to do that now? I thought I would get to taste human flesh.
But once I mentioned the Spirit Master from the tale, I heard, every ghost's face pales. They run soon after, which piques my curiosity. At last, one of them confesses.
The Spirit Master's mausoleum is up north. Go on your own. Don't make me escort you.
The mausoleum is vast yet desolate. There are only fragmented pillars and halls that have collapsed in on themselves. The air is so still that even the wind is quiet. Time has seemingly stopped, and only the faint sound of my footsteps crushing the tall grass breaks the tranquility. I feel as though I've seen them before. I lift a hand without thinking, tracing the outline of the ruined palace as if I might piece together what it once looked like. A light blue dragonfly lands on my finger. Is it the same one from before? It flits forward and hovers midair, as if waiting for me to follow. It lands on a tall, broken statue.
To honor him, humans built a mausoleum and statues in Hesperion Reach. They worshipped and prayed to him every day and every night.
I look toward the sunlight, but half of the statue's face has been destroyed. Time has worn away the other half, to the point where it's almost unrecognizable. Emotions stir in my heart. They're strange and muddled. It's as if the ancient silence around me is swallowing them. My gaze drifts to its hand, where a stone ring rests on one of its fingers. It resembles half of a blooming lotus. A thin thread of light slips out from the lotus. It wraps itself around my finger and solidifies into the ring's other half. Ah.
O sun and moon, be the mirrors that witness. Mountains and streams mark the river of time.
A divine blade reflects blazing sunlight as it shines on the poised, striking figure holding it aloft. Incense smoke curls around an altar as banners flutter in the wind. He moves to the beat of the drums and bells. Each step he takes is slow and deliberate as he chants solemn prayers. Colorful ribbons stream from the ornate beast head mask, rippling with his movements like cloud trails following a descending deity.
1,000 years without calamities. 100 generations of absolute prosperity.
Humans gather below the platform and bow to express devotion. Their reverent gazes rise toward the heavens and the figure who shines like the sun. Caleb? No, this is a Hesperion Reach in the past, and he's the spirit master in that tale. When those thoughts appear, the scene before me shifts as though the dream unwound. The spirit master has removed his ornate mask. The distant divine figure that's the epitome of purity seems to be within reach.
Why are you staring at me like that? You forgot who I am?
He sits on the stone steps while using a small knife to carve something.
You kept pestering me about wanting a mask as impressive as mine. Am I mistaken? But it's too heavy for you. You'd only be capable of wearing it for a second.
Under his knife, the beast's bone becomes a refined piece.
I caught another beast and brought back its skull. It's the same as the one used to make my mask. I figured I could make an accessory that would suit you. Come closer. Do you like it?
Why does he sound familiar? I try to walk toward him, but as if heavy weights are shackled to my feet. My consciousness grows heavy with every step.
Once it's finished, I'll tie colorful ribbons onto it. You'll look beautiful when dancing. Why are you...
A pair of arms catches me, and the subtle, intoxicating fragrance of lotuses drifts closer.
Are you alright?
Hesitant, I touch his face. It's cool, but his breath that caresses my skin carries a faint warmth. I wasn't dreaming?
What happened?
That statue. I stop myself. The lotus ring isn't on my finger, and the destroyed statue is the same as before, silent and unmoved. Maybe it was a dream. And yet, it was so lifelike and vivid that my heart raced.
What matters is that you're alright. Many humans died here a long time ago. Years have come and gone, yet their souls still linger. Although they can't touch us, losing ourselves in their memories will be troublesome. If you ever find yourself wandering by yourself, don't visit this mausoleum.
All right. So, did you come to find whatever you lost here?
Correct. But it seems I've only been met with misfortune.
Why would it be in the Spirit Master's mausoleum, though? I heard this is the resting place of a Spirit Master who lived in ancient times. Do you share any past ties with him? Caleb doesn't immediately react to my question. It's as if he expected this.
In the mortal realm, the more precious something is, the more likely it's buried with the person they deemed the most important. In an area as desolate as the Hesperion Reach, this mausoleum is the only place that might still hide anything of value.
You're correct. It's possible I only saw a lingering fragment of that Spirit Master's soul. His yearning for his sister refuses to fade. I wrap my arms around Caleb.
Why are you being affectionate all of a sudden?
I'm glad we won't be separated. We'll be together forever. He pulls me closer, and the lotus-shaped accessory on his ear caresses my cheek. Resting against his chest, I don't notice how his gaze lands on the statue, and therefore I also overlook the faint carvings around the statue's waist, where the exact same lotus-shaped accessories are. Several days later, hundreds of lanterns come to life in every street and alley. As the last sliver of sunlight fades, all of the Hesperion Reach's ghosts appear outside. They stomp and flail to the racket of drums and pipes. Singing, or rather howling, they merge to create a long parade. What exactly are they doing?
It's a festival. You can call it a divine ritual.
What? Perched on the rooftop, I watch the chaotic spectacle, confused, yet entertained. Every ghost is earnest about this. Their faces are painted in garish, terrifying colors, and they wear clothes that barely fit. Stilt walkers wobble dangerously. Those beating the gongs don't follow a beat, and the ones swinging swords chop off the limbs of others. Blood touches almost everything in sight. Is this another instance of them imitating the mortals from back then? They're playing?
Yes, but they do have wishes.
With one arm around my waist, Caleb reclines and lifts a wine vessel. A jar floats over to him, and he fills it to the brim. For the past few days, he hasn't found the item he lost, yet he somehow obtained a jar with excellent wine.
Listen closely to their screams.
I strain to make out the words. The parade carries a ghost who's been gutted. It rearranges his insides as others snatch pieces to eat. I almost forgot these ghosts aren't any different from the ones outside.
It's hard to say how long they've lived like this. It's pitiful that not a single immortal bothers to listen to their prayers.
Immortals don't even answer to humans. Why would they listen to ghosts? However, they seem to be enjoying themselves.
Do you like what you see?
It's not exactly gorgeous, but is there another place where you can witness ghosts host a divine ritual? Seeing my amusement, Caleb lets out a low chuckle and hands me the wine vessel that's filled with liquor. It's clear and bright, like a scoop of moonlight.
Drink. It'll ward off whatever's outside.
The wine is strong, but surprisingly smooth. Warmth blooms throughout my body as soon as I swallow. How did you manage to find such good wine? Don't tell me there's a ghost brewmaster.
It's a secret.
He jumps down from the rooftop and turns. His arms are wide open.
Come. Let's go have some fun.
Beyond the parade, a night market has appeared. Ghost chefs swing 3 cleavers at once as they chop with ferocious enthusiasms. The stalls are lined with oddly shaped trinkets. Their craftsmanship isn't as polished as a human's, but there's a unique charm. We've barely walked down half the street, yet my arms already carry a bone wind chime, a casket fragment with many colors, and a beef-tooth hairpin. I'm not greedy, it's just that whenever I glance at something twice, Caleb gives one look and...
Stay away! Take it! Take whatever you want! Please! Ah!
I accept everything with a look of apology. Caleb flicks my forehead.
Shouldn't you express your gratitude after taking all of that? We should prepare a return gift and deliver it together. A few severed tongues should suffice.
No! Don't come any closer! Ah!
The ghost runs into the parade while shrieking. I don't know if the frenzied ghosts will trample it flat.
Is there anything else you like?
His gaze drifts towards 2 more trembling ghosts. Before they panic and run, I grab Caleb's arm. We have more than enough. The Nether Wardens at Nether Falls will be happy for weeks. I sift through our haul and hold up one pendant to him, then another. They're mediocre. My Caleb is the best in this world. Only flawless things are worthy of his attention.
Is that what you think? What exactly qualifies as flawless?
I pretend to mull it over, then I smile and wrap my arms around his waist. Me! Aren't I the best sister you could ever ask for in this world?
this world, you're the best. And you taste incredible.
Someone loudly gasps nearby.
Doing that when there are others around. How shameless. Is there even a sense of decency?
This is the first time I've seen a live... Never mind. You're a ghost, and you have the gall to lecture about the concept of decency?
I can't help but laugh. While the stunned gazes stare at us, I kiss Caleb again.
Their eyes are about to fall. I can pluck them and find colorful strings to make a charm for you.
The drums resound in the distance, and the parade becomes more frenzied. I turn, and my eyes widen. A towering platform sits at the far end of the street. Upon closer inspection, I realize it's built from countless bones, lacquered in a glossy blood red and studded with beast skulls and fangs. The extravagance is cold, eerie, and menacing. What will they use that for? Caleb drags the ghost toward him.
Ah! Which bastard grabbed me? Don't get in my way! That treasure will be mine!
There's a treasure.
When it recognizes Caleb, it becomes obedient.
At the very top, there's supposedly a treasure. Whoever grabs it will be the Hesperion Reach's leader, and will get the largest share of meat.
Several layers of black and dark red silk cover the top part of the platform. It's hiding something. Ghosts are already tearing one another apart as they climb. Their snarls and screams rise like the waves. Since they're calling it a treasure, it's most likely something valuable. I crack my knuckles in anticipation. Stay here, Caleb. I'll bring it back for you.
Wait. I made sure you were dressed up. Now you want to throw yourself into a mess of blood and flying limbs? I'll bring it to you.
But I want to give it to you as a present. It's pointless if you do that.
You're not wrong. Then...
He picks me up with one arm.
I'll bring you to the top, and you can grab it. Then, you'll give it to me as a gift.
We can do that? He smiles and jumps. We surge as blood droplets scatter behind us. Within seconds, the brawling ghosts are toppled. Confused and surprised, but they stare at us. Caleb moves like the wind. We're in the air now. A ghost that's halfway up the platform lunges towards us with its snapping jaws. He raises an eyebrow as golden lotus petals slice the air. The ghosts are knocked off the platform, and he shields my dress as if it's second nature.
Stop him! Stop him! He can't have it!
The ghosts come to their senses. Roaring, they swarm the platform.
Pathetic.
Instead of rushing, he slightly lifts me up and walks through the air. He circles the platform at his own pace. Whenever a ghost climbs too high, he steps on its head and kicks it to the side. Caleb, there's another one.
I'll abide by your orders.
The ground is quickly covered with groaning ghosts. Pleased, I clap for Caleb. There's a soft clink as he lands at the top and brushes the layers of silk to the side. Nothing makes a sound, and every gaze is directed at us. The last layer of red silk is removed. A mask made from beast bones rests at the center of the platform. It's old. The imposing horns have been reduced to broken stubs, and there are cracks in the skull. Its bright lacquer has faded to a dull gray, and tarnished bronze rings hang from thin strips of silk. For some reason, the mask is familiar. I'm reminded of Caleb. Without thinking, I pick it up. The mask is heavy. My fingers ache. Caleb stays silent as I put the mask on him. It fits perfectly, as if it belongs there. Caleb, this mask is yours. Before it... Memories surface, only to slip away. It's like trying to hold on to water in a river. It doesn't matter how tightly I grasp it. Caleb removes the mask.
If it won't come back to you, don't force it. When the past is too distant, it's not worth grieving over. You and I, we're two flowers from the same stem. Life and death will never separate us. That's what you shouldn't forget. Everything else...
He gently closes my eyes.
Just let it go.
When did I return to Nether Falls? I touch my head as I sit up. I don't remember when I fell asleep, or how I traveled from the Hesperian Reach to Nether Falls. I remembered something, but the more I try to reach for it, the emptier my mind feels.
You're awake?
The bed dips beside me as he sits. His hand touches my temple that's still damp with sweat.
Were you that tired for the past few days? You slept for more than 20 hours. I did everything I could to wake you up, but you didn't budge.
I slept for that long? Everything feels foggy. I only vaguely recall staying in the Hesperian Reach with Caleb for a few days. But I can't remember anything before I fell asleep. Caleb, how did we return?
You forgot. The Hesperian Reach is the source of the River of Oblivion. We followed it downstream. You even brought all these baubles with you. You wanted to give them to the Nether Wardens.
You said you wanted to find an item in the Hesperian Reach. Did you find it? I struggle to remember until I finally grasp a faint thread from a single memory.
I found it, yes.
He gives a small smile and lowers his gaze.
It wasn't important. Don't worry about it. You're still going to daydream? Did your slumber shuffle your thoughts?
Maybe. I try to remember what happened before I slept, but to no avail. Only a dull ache settles. My body is seemingly trapped in fog. I feel light, adrift, sluggish. I close my eyes.
All right. You've slept long enough.
He picks me up and carries me toward the doorway.
You won't be sleeping the next time you close your eyes. It'll be because you fainted from hunger.